Oh, this ASAP Rocky case is turning into a spectacle. But I'll tell you one thing, things have turned around in 24 hours. Just 24 hours ago, people were actually saying they didn't know there's a good chance ASAP might have actually should have taken a plea deal and is going to jail for 24 years. However, just that quick, the prosecution is fuming. ASAP Relli's testimony has fallen apart even more. He just got caught lying last week for deleting text messages and turning in false evidence to the police, or the text messages were erased, so it made it look worse than it was. Do you know now that the prosecution, and we have live tweets, it's happening right now, the prosecution is fuming because they are absolutely losing it because ASAP Rocky's defense is picking apart Relly's testimony piece by piece. The biggest issue, he just got caught in another lie, and it's a major lie. Turns out the bang bang that he said he didn't own, because if you don't know, Relly snuck to the police searched the crime scene for shell casings. They couldn't find anything, which is really weird because they sent 7 officers out. Relly just sent out a woman who worked for him. They're trying to say that he is a PIMP and she is a prostitute, but that doesn't matter. He sent out one of the women that worked for him. He sent her out to go search for shells. And she came back and found 7 9mm casings that she gave Relly, and Relly turned into the police. And the prosecution is actually using that to try to take away a father from his family for 24 years. Now, the defense was like, how do we know this isn't from you? Because even like the shots on your fingers, it looks like scrapes. It doesn't look like bullets. How do we know it's not from you? Well, guess what? Relly was like, because I don't own a 9mm. And they're like, are you sure? Because there's pictures of you at a gun range shooting a 9mm. And he was like, oh, but that was in New York. I'm keeping the heat on me in California, so it couldn't be mine. Come to find out, they actually found evidence that those pictures of the shooting range that were supposed to be in New York, yeah, it's actually in Los Angeles. Woo! Listen. Now, before you go and pop champagne, court insiders are also saying that it's not as cut and dry as it seems because the jury is furiously taking notes, which could be working out good for ASAP, but you never. Okay, let's get into this, right? Because we have Black Letter Law. She is directly in the court live tweeting this, okay? This is breaking news. The state of California may actually drop the charges against ASAP Rocky. Multiple sources have confirmed that Justice Served TV, right? This is Justice Serves TV tweet. That during the devastating cross-examination of ASAP Relli by attorney Joe Tacopino, the judge in the ASAP Rocky trial asked the prosecution, John Lewin, whether the state can ethically continue to prosecute the case. We have asked the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office for comment and will provide their response later. Now, we talked to Black Letter Law. She actually gave us amazing insight. She said, that is true. It was asked, right? However, the prosecution said, yes, he can prosecute it and he can get a jury verdict. The jurors are taking so many notes, okay? This is insane what's going on. Let's get into our live tweets, okay? So if you're at work, let me read it for you so you don't get caught reading Twitter, right? She starts off by saying, hey, we're back on day 6 of the ASAP Rocky trial. Relly is on the stand. The DA is doing a redirect. The energy feels low out here. There was an incredibly thick fog in LA, so people arrived late. I've been chatting people up and asking them how they'd vote if they had to decide today. She said, we're now on cross-examination. Tacopino is up. He's asking Relly about Wally. Apparently, Relly called Wally last week after court Thursday, after the state cross-examined. Now, I find this to be funny because ain't nobody safe. Everybody, right? No one is safe, and everybody thinks, it seems from the ASAP mob, thinks that Relly is a POS, and they think what he's doing with ASAP is just a lies and a money grab. Apparently, Wally didn't pick up. The judge just told Lewin and Tacopino to stop squabbling. Relly just called Tacopino annoying and asked, what are we even doing here? Oh, you guys, it's not over. It's not over. Okay. Listen, they said ASAP Relli had enough of the Taco Pino, that is ASAP's lawyer, cross-examining him. Okay. We said, we're looking at the text. I want to get this ninja money. Relli said he sent it to his business partner on November 8th, 2021. Relli is visibly and audibly angry. With a raised voice, he said, I'm not on trial. I've been here for 5 days dealing with this man. I'm ready to F and go. The judge had to call him down. Now the attorneys are at the bench. Now, a lot of people said this outburst was super, super bad for Relli because it showed how fake he was being. And they said being on the stand is frustrating. He should have been prepped for this. Where are his people? This is not going over well with the audience, so I know it must put a sour taste in the jury's mouth. On top of that, right? On top of that, they said that the judge has also been cutting Relli off because Relli's been speaking in circles, but they're saying that's not the way things are supposed to go. It is grounds for a mistrial if Relli doesn't gets if Relli can't get a conviction for ASAP, the prosecution can go back because you kept cutting the witness off, but also ASAP can say for a mistrial, saying if you didn't stop him, I could have just keep talking, right? Now, the boys were actually fighting in court too. The black letter law said, here's a blow by blow. Lewin, who was the prosecutor, said, this prop con garbage. Taco just leans over and he shouted at the DA and he pointed 2 fingers. Rocky, like bang, bang, right? Rocky steps in between them wearing some sort of cream vintage blazer jacket situation with gold earrings. Lewin said, time for more steroids to A$AP Rocky's lawyer. And A$AP Rocky's lawyer said, go to the Durst house again. So if you guys don't know, Durst was a notorious killer, but he was also from one of the wealthiest families in America. After Durst actually got locked up for his last murking, this prosecutor was an attorney at that time and went over to the Durst house and was actually having an affair with Durst's widow or ex-wife, whatever she was, right? Again, the black letter law said this is intense. Everybody needs a spanking and a 1-hour lesson on being at least being professional in court. They said that the judge seems like he has lost control of his course. Leah Wilkie on Twitter said, why aren't we able to see this? This could be a trial TV gold and the media should be fighting to be allowed to air it. Not to mention we're missing all the evidentiary arguments. She said, the best parts are in the motions arguments. I hate that y'all can't see all this. Another person said, I've been dying when reading your updates. That's the trial we want to see. I don't think we've seen 2 full hours of actual testimony in 2 days. It's all breaks, objections, and yes, no, I don't recall. Black letter law said, right, I'm trying to add as much color so you guys can feel like you're here. The judge says a hard stop at 4, so we only have 1.5 hours left. Listen, you guys, I'm doing my best to get the black letter law on the channel. I want to see if she can come every day and kind of do like a recap, a debrief, even for 30 minutes, and you guys can ask her questions. But yo, it looks like this case might be dismissed. At the very least, Relli is just making things horrible for himself. I actually believe A$AP Rocky 100%. Let's see what the jury says. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.